Hello everyone. This video is dedicated to one of my best friends named Danny, who was killed in a car crash very recently. You can't understand how precious life is until a loved one loses theirs. Now, one of our favorite games that we used to play together was Halo 5 Guardians, and while this might not be the best Halo game, I have most of my favorite gaming memories playing it with Danny. We used to go to school together, but it was when we were gaming at night that we really bonded and had so much fun hanging out together. I want to now highlight some of the features and game modes that we used to love playing. The first thing that we loved about it was how you could play 4-player co-op in campaign, and everyone had a different character. I remember that we would always fight for who got to choose Buck in Fireteam Osiris, and who got to choose Master Chief in Blue Team, as these were the two best characters by far. We also loved to try and speedrun campaign levels, trying out the crazy exploits that we saw other YouTubers doing. We failed spectacularly most of the time, but we had so much fun just trying. Even though we didn't really play campaign very much, we still loved playing it through together. The next game mode that we loved was Breakout. This mode was so awesome because it was incredibly sweaty, and the clutch potential for when your team was down and you take on the whole other team by yourself and win was a feeling like none else. In the OG version of this mode, everyone had no shields, only health, and having the SMG and Magnum. The maps were very unique in this mode as well, as they seemed like true training simulations. The game type was cool because it wasn't just Slayer, but could also turn into Capture the Flag. This was to prevent camping to a degree, and I felt like this was an awesome idea. It made every match tense, as you didn't know if the enemy team was going for kills or the flag. This shook up the formula in a great way, and every time we played it, it was always incredibly intense. Another game mode that we loved playing was doubles. We would play with other friends on a semi-regular basis, but for the most part it was just Danny and me, so doubles was our go-to as we didn't have to rely on crappy teammates to help us win games, as it was just us two with our own skill. These matches were also pretty intense, as you can get trapped and double-teamed very quickly if you didn't have good communication. But the intensity of these matches made us better players, and we loved sweating in these types of game modes. The maps in these game modes were great too, as the Forge maps made specifically for doubles were tight and intense, and required good use of the advanced movement. And this is another facet of Halo 5 that we really enjoyed, the advanced movement. Now, I know this is controversial, but we thought this mechanic added a new skill gap to the game and made us want to grind even more than we normally would, because now we needed to master both the movement and everything else in the game. However, we did both agree that Ground Pound and Spartan Charge were dumb and had no place here. But we loved learning all the skill jumps on each map, and this made us actually hop into custom games just to learn where the skill jumps were, and then we would practice them. And another mechanic along with this that we loved is called Combat Evolved. It's when you throw a plasma grenade at a weapon pad and it launches the weapon in the air towards you so that you can pick it up. It was always so satisfying on Coliseum to combat evolve the sniper up to the middle deck and snipe any poor fool that ran up to get it. These little features made the movement and abilities so fun to learn. The last thing that Danny loved, which I'm lumping in this category, was the skill jump of sorts in a few of the maps where an entire team could hide outside of the map without dying to any kill barriers. It was really cheesy, but we tried it a few times and it was pretty fun, as the other team would spend like 15 minutes just looking for us. Back on the topic of game modes, one of our favorites was Super Fiesta. It was like normal Fiesta, but now you had wreck variants like the Prophet's Bane, Tartarus's Gavel, and Nornfang. It was our typical warm-up mode, and it was so fun to mop the floor with noobs once you got one of these completely overpowered wreck weapons. We would always take clips on Xbox when we got one of these weapons because they were kind of rare to get, and you could go multiple games without getting one. Another fantastic mode was called Husky Raid. This was also a Super Fiesta game type, but instead of it just being Slayer, it was Capture the Flag. The original map for this game mode was the best, as it was just one line, where each base faced each other from across the way, but there was a dip in the middle of the map. The game mode was so hectic, but a great opportunity for multi-kills, as if you spawned with 2 snipers, you could destroy the other team multiple times over. This was great for warming up our sniping and general gun skill. Finally, the last game mode that we really played a lot was called Warzone Assault. It was kind of like regular Warzone with the ability to call in wreck weapons and vehicles, but instead of two teams fighting for control of uncaptured bases, one team was the defending team and the other was the attacking team. I liked this better than regular Warzone as the matches weren't nearly as long and I didn't have to fight crappy AI bosses. We loved getting high kills on this game mode as the defenders, and we would just run up behind the attacker's spawn point and just farm kills. This was another chill mode that we liked hopping into after sweating hard in Breakout or doubles. We played mostly all of the game modes at some point or another, such as Infection, Big Team Battle, Slayer, and many others, but these were our favorites that we would play every time we hopped on. So this is where I'll be ending the video. I just wanted to highlight some of our favorite aspects of this game as this was our go-to for many years. Kinda feels like a lifetime ago now, playing Halo 5 super late at night, knowing that we had school the next morning but not really being very concerned about it. I cherish all these gaming memories that I have with Danny, and I wish I could have had some more in the future. Halo Infinite isn't going to be the same without him, as we were the major Halo gamers in our friend group, and I'm disappointed that we won't be able to hop in and play together. Rest in peace, my friend. I'm going to miss you. Thank you for watching this video and taking this trip down memory lane with me. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you next time.